Charlie, international football, but a lot of really interesting things that's going on as a and you may really come on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Thank you very much. We'll give you the best in terms of analysis, all of those things that we're saying on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Of course, Rodrigo goes and said something about Madrid versus Chelsea. Champions League semi-final game on we Chelsea film. I don't know if it goes to buttress the points that people are raising about Carlo Ancelotti or not. Everybody I'm coming now say because of course 2 other Chelsea players have been nominated for a big award, of course, on the part of Football Club Barcelona and it's very interesting. Where do we start from? So we go to Barcelona, Yanko Madrid, and ask Yanko. But first off, I'm Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notification. In the notification, turn and make sure do choose all. Just so anytime your content, baby, I know your first person now. Somebody can be El Hassan. So every day is so bad. And also investor. In the description of the video below, we have the codes for you every day. International break, whatever. We give the codes for you to go in there and go and win something for yourself. Of course, let me say a big thank you to 2 people. Yes, you must spare parts dealership shop. The best place for spare parts dealership. Freno or our crowd was so kind, but just call him. He does what he calls a nationwide delivery. 059-313-8221. 059-313-8221. For yes, you must take good care of you. Of course, on the other side, there is also MOB clothing. Whether you want tops, you want shirts, you want, whatever. There's multiple, multi-breasted shirts. Of course, MOB clothing, it's from that area. Anyway, whatever clothes that you want, MOB clothing, to do a flower station or Honam. Call them on 0200-668-708. 0200-668-708. Be sure for MOB clothing CCR. Let them take very, very good care of you. Big news for Football Club Barcelona is the fact that in the last few weeks, Lamine Yamal out with a pubis injury. Boys no didn't ho feel so ne STI na Lamine Yamal akakonya na boy no onimre wafo chimplenty no akonya sade no. But the real issue is that it was just similar to a groin injury, similar to what Cole Palmer has gotten. It's in the pubic area where the groin area no. Now, of course, there has also been the absence of a brand here, friend of Rafinha from the Barcelona team in recent times. There have been the absence of a brand here, friend of Femi Lopez from the Barcelona team in recent times. Barca have had a lot of players out of one team, and it has worried them in terms of getting of results in recent times. The last time out against Valencia, they struggled. They didn't get. They struggled against that one. Of course, they went on to win against Valencia. However, but in that game against Sevilla, it was a very, very, very difficult one for Football Club Real Madrid, Football Club Barcelona. And of course, they had to move on. They had to move on and get results. The last one against Sevilla, it did not happen for them. They had to come and get a result subsequently. Now, the good news for Barcelona is the fact that Mundo Deportivo and Sport are reporting some good news. And they said, Abrante friend and Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, and Femi Lopez are all expected to be back for Barca game after the international break in the next 2 weeks. So it's very, very positive news because Football Club Barcelona are going to get some important players. Last season, obviously, 3 of Barca's top 5 most important players are in here. And my bright friend Rafinha got the most goal involvement for Football Club Barcelona. Lamine Yamal was important all through getting some winning goals and then equalizers late in the games for team and friend of Football Club Barcelona, and they needed to make sure they get a brand your friend of Football Club Barcelona. But after all of that good news, Barca are hearing after Sergio has been the retiring of a brand friend Sergio Busquets, there has also been a brand friend Jordi Alba, who has also retired from international football. So after Sergio Busquets, Piqué, Jordi Alba follows suit in terms of the retirement from international football. What a time it was for brand friend Jordi Alba. Top football once we are talking about one of the best players that's revolutionized the fullback positioner. Our brand friend Jordi Alba is amongst one of the top players in that regard. Top player on the ball, off the ball, or you're very diminutive, but then the physicality, the combativeness, the near ding in terms of going into duels and then winning balls, turning possession over, and then winning them, and then creating actions from deep. Our brand friend Jordi Alba was really instrumental in the days at Football Club Barcelona. 51 goals, 135 assists, 459 appearances, 6 times La Liga winner, one-time Champions League winner, one-time Euro winner, one-time Super Cup winner, one-time FIFA Club World Cup winner, 4-time Spanish Super Cup winner, 5 times Copa del Rey winner, one-time Super Supporter Shield, and one-time League Cup America, and of course 2012 Euros Team of the Season. He was right there, and of course Jordi Alba say it's time for him to call it. Okosa MLS team now at LA Galaxy or retire, Busquets retire, Lionel Messi and your friend Luis Suarez, who amongst them is going to retire over them for themselves. The Football Club Barcelona have closed the 2024-2025 operating year with 2 million profits. That is huge. And Makani several times here, one of the only reasons why Barca, or one of the only reasons how Football Club Barcelona will get back to the top in terms of winning games, getting results, and then making sure that they are getting back to the top is when they begin to get the needed gate proceeds that they've been looking for. It's something that Barca have lacked for a very, very long time. When are they going to get the gate proceeds? And the good news from sport, and they say this year, your closing year, and Barca for one have gotten 2 million operating profits. That means that after the expenditure, after everything that they went into winning of trophies and what have you, Sikere Football Club Barcelona, 2 million euros. Of course, they're not so good news. And they say, Abranti friend Matthew Alemany. Charlie, if you're a Barca fan and you remember when Barca were going through the process of getting back to the top, when Barca were convincing players and other people to come in and play for them, there was one man. It was a team of Jordi Cruyff, Matthew Alemany, Laporte, these were the players that were doing their job for them in terms of coming in to come and get a job done. Some players with solid for them. And then again, our brand here friend Matthew Alemany has now come in, and then of course, what we are hearing is that Matthew Alemany has been appointed the sporting director at Atletico de Madrid. That is very, very good news for our brand here friend Matthew Alemany to be able to go onto the other side to go and become the sporting director or Atletico de Madrid. It's good. I mean, he left Barca just when Deco took over as the de facto sporting director, but then he has moved on from there on. Seu Gracia has been linked to Barca, but then definitely, Barca for one have not even moved on. I brought your friend Robert Lewandowski. So we see how things are going to go on from there. The good news from Barca is a return of our brand here, your friend Lamine Yamal and Rafinha back into the fold. But on the other side, there has been the departure from football in our brand here, friend Jordi Alba, whilst on the other side has been a lot of very, very good conversations. So after say your international break, now Barca are expected to see our players now back in conversation, back in big conversation in terms of the players that are going to get back and come and play some football. Federico Valverde, and then according to El Chiringuito, one caught the Uruguayan national team camp. He's still with Madrid or Coco Coye training for Football Club Real Madrid. Real Madrid are monitoring BVB, that is Dortmund's centre-back, a friend Nico Schlotterbeck. One thing that Madrid wants to do in the 25-26 summer is to make sure they add another top-quality centre-back. Now, Madrid believes the injury issues of Abrantia Freno, Militao, and the inconsistencies of Abrantia Freno, Antonio Rudiger, is important for them to go in there and then find some extra quality from elsewhere in terms of the kind of players that will come and play. And that is why they are going on to the market to go and find some more. They have been linked with Abrantia Freno, Ibrahima Konate. They have been linked with William Saliba. And then now, there has been a conversation of Abrantia Freno, Nico Schlotterbeck in the team for Abrantia, for Tima, your friend, the Football Club Real Madrid. Madrid are very, very much interested in finding Abrantia, your friend, in getting Abrantia, your friend Nico Schlotterbeck, to be part of the squad now. The games now, as the season goes on. Next summer, definitely they are going to be looking at it. Of course, Abrantia friend Alvaro Carreras, Madrid Forum, after the conversation in and around Abrantia friend Alvaro Carreras, he didn't go for the Spanish national team. Now it's in the Brazilian national team. And a Madrid player, Abrantia friend Rodrigo Goes, he spoke about Carlo Ancelotti in good light and how they won some of the Champions League. He Carlo Ancelotti explained to us that no one's place is guaranteed. You have to play and perform well at a club level to stay in the national team. He spoke about Carlo Ancelotti. I will always praise him. He is the person who helped me go, develop, and reach the level I am today. Rodrigo said, playing for Brazil it's been a long time. I felt like I would never play with a national team again. It was tough. I went through a lot. Now I feel good and ready to give my best. Talking about getting back to the Brazilian national team to go and play for them. Kylian Mbappe will stay and play for the French national team when it goes back there for them, because like DJ Deschamps, the injury to Kylian Mbappe, any idea, SM City out, football no Babe Bonim. So definitely, I bring your friend Kylian Mbappe is going to go on and then play for football club for the French national team for him to go. So what it means is that our Madrid side, Federico Valverde was in training. Our brand friend Jude Bellingham was in training. Alvaro Carreras, he was in training. And that's some very, very good one for our brand friend Xavi Alonso, because what it means is that when we return for an international breaker, he will be able to have a squad to come in and deliver and then play some good football from them. Tony Cruz has been talking about Barca's attractive style and the fact that Barca, if they don't become more compact in certain games and they become a little bit malleable, I bet it might affect our matches. He's saying, he said, Barca need to be very, very careful in terms of how they set up and play in certain games. Madrid have blocked 25.9% of opposition shots this season. The team is blocking 39.5%. That is a huge improvement for football club Real Madrid. Madrid, the team in Europe who blocked the 4th highest shots. So the defense is doing a very, very good job for Tima, your friend of football club Real Madrid. Let's move on to other stories, especially our Chelsea Football Club near and for more. Fresh updates on Chelsea front shirt sponsor. I don't know how long this is going to take, but Charlie, it is dragging a little bit too much. Now, you're seeing your Chelsea owners in the area with a front shirt sponsor, and then the front shirts possibility of getting the front shirt sponsor and drag it a little bit too much for my liking. Now, what we've heard from the FOS hold up, and it's the price that Chelsea have been quoting to sponsors has been where everybody else has walked out of the door. Apparently, Sikana Chelsea for one person 60 million plus 70 million for front shirt sponsor after winning the Club World Cup in the first season. Champions League, almost a little bit too much. It's a case of getting the deal to get both parties. Chelsea fervently believe that having won the Premier League in 2016 and therefore becoming world champions in 2025, that the value of the club is significantly higher than what would appear to be the case from advertisers' perspective. It looks as if the advertisers don't want to pay a little bit less, but Chelsea owners said you need to pay more for you to get in that Chelsea front shirt sponsorship conversation. They are not going to do that. Now, I think that the last time when I did most of the research, most of the companies in the Asian region, Saudi Arabia and the likes of Qatar Airways, the likes of Doha Air, most of Riyadh Air, these guys were all very much interested with Chelsea front shirt sponsorship deal. But the big problem, however, is the fact that as it stands today, Chelsea are still not okay with the amount of money that these people are bringing on board, and that has been a little bit of a holdback. I'll pick up here. Just end it. No, pause it. You can pause the video. All right, so the issue with the front shirt sponsor, that is the big one when it comes to the front shirt sponsorship conversation. Today I heard something. I just feel like somebody's trying to sell their own papers and get some clicks on websites. But I'll just put it out there. What I heard according to Live Score, and they say Chelsea are leaders in trying to get a signature of a brand friend Antoine Semenyo. It's not possible. We are even just in October. You're in November and you have a code December before January. And I don't think Bournemouth will sell Antoine Semenyo in January to anybody. I don't think that for any amount of money that you give Bournemouth, they will sell Antoine Semenyo to you in January. If it's in the summer, fine. But they won't sell Antoine Semenyo to you. But then it's about the quality of player brand friend Antoine Semenyo Eriama teams now, especially for Bournemouth, how well he has played when he moved from Bristol City in the Championship to come to the English Premier League. He was just bought for somewhere around £5 million or so. And under Andoni Areola, he has probably been one of the best attackers in English Premier League. Antoine Semenyo has been solid. 6 goals in 7 matches this season for our brand friend Antoine Semenyo. Yeah, the quality is there. He's a top player and what have you. But I doubt that Bournemouth are going to sell our brand your friend Antoine Semenyo unless maybe next summer and I'm our brand friend Antoine Semenyo. I really do doubt. So Bournemouth are going to let our brand friend Antoine Semenyo go over. Of course, on Transfer Live as well, almost say Chelsea are interested in signing Bournemouth forward Antoine Semenyo and are willing to pay around 80 million, according to Fajozano and a reporter's story now. I mean, it's very, very interesting. That Omoka Chelsea are willing to pay that much for our brand friend Antoine Semenyo, but there's a big conversation around our brand your friend Cole Palmer from Chelsea Football Club. Now, according to the Athletic, almost Chelsea and England playmaker Cole Palmer has successfully trademarked the Code Palmer celebration. As any celebration or code, whatever. No, he has gone to trademark it and he's coming to bring in a lot of franchise sales into or the sneakers or the headbands or macho so Code Palmer. Then he will sell just like Cristiano Ronaldo bookmark the CR7. No? That's what Code Palmer wants to do. Palmer's application was submitted to the UK Government Intellectual Property Office in November. Was approved on Friday, according to the Athletics Tom Barrow. Cole Palmer has trademarked the Code Palmer, something that seems to be very, very interesting. And I think that it's going to help his own brand. It's for his own brand growth and stuff like that. The release clauses for players is going to be introduced our English Premier League game very, very soon. Release clauses are nothing new in football, but the way they are agreed and implemented is something that could be changed when it comes to about being changed significantly. Barcelona and Real Madrid routinely put 1 billion buyout clauses in the best players' contract to frighten off would-be suitors, whilst Erling Haaland's Borussia Dortmund and Liam Delap's Ipswich were examples of prices being set low in order to attract offers. As the transfer system evolves, it's something that it looks like we're going to see a lot our English Premier League. Now, according to the PFA, Omar awarded 2 big Chelsea players our PFA Honum. First one, your friend Liam Delap. Now, for being in the PFA Young Player of the Year top 6 now, he got a trophy. So Liam Delap got a trophy for being in the PFA Player of the Year top 6 now. He got a trophy for that as well, which is very, very good, of course, for the good job that he was able to do last season. Of course, for our friend Cole Palmer, also he had a hand on the trophy for United with the PFA Players Player of the Year top 6 award now, and also Cole Palmer Eddie Wominti. It looks like there's some good success for our friend Cole Palmer and our friend Liam Delap for the successes that they've gotten from last season PFA Player of the Year. Time Ronaldo and Morgan Rogers in a winning, these players are seen to have put in a very, very good performance. So it's a good one from there. We'll see how things are going to go on from there. That is very, very quality. Every team's longest unbeaten run. Of course, will be in the English Premier League, Arsenal, and all the longest unbeaten run with 49 games. Liverpool 44, Chelsea 40, Man City 32, Manchester United 29. A lot of the other teams have some very, very long unbeaten run. In terms of the very, very important conversations. We'll talk about that also. The conversation in and around it. It's very important. Of course, Romeo Lavia did not go for an international break, so that is very, very positive news for Chelsea. They get Romeo Lavia fit and healthy for him to go on and then go and play in his games. There will be more than 5 to 6 top clubs that will be interested in the signature of our brand friend Mark Gay. I've said it several times. Mark is an important player as this summer evolves, and a lot of the teams are interested in our brand friend Mark Gay and what he gives to the team on the field of play, the quality in terms of a centre back reading of the game, the on the field quality, the off the field quality. Of course, that is what our brand friend Mark Gay gives the teams tournament. That is exactly what I'm expecting to say. People are going to get from our brand friend Mark Gay. I think that Madrid will be interested in Mark Gay, Barcelona will be interested in Mark Gay, our brand team friend Chelsea maybe may be interested in Mark Gay. Of course, Barca Liverpool almost closed in on our brand friend Mark Gay, so it's something that they'll be able to also look back into and see if probably they'll be able to get our brand your friend Mark Gay for themselves, so that they'll see if they'll be able to get him. We'll see if how things are going to go on from there. So Bayern and Real Madrid, like I said, are closing in on our brand friend Nico Schlotterbeck for him to come in to come and play for them, especially for Real Madrid. Madrid for me are very, very interested in Abrantia, your friend Nico Schlotterbeck, because, like I said, they want more quality at centre back. They want some more players on betting them, no more deliver more ball, no person more bono at the moment. And Abrantia friend Nico Schlotterbeck is one of them for him to come in. Real Madrid are keeping an eye on Abrantia friend Nico Schlotterbeck for him to come in to come and deliver and then play some very, very good football for team and friend football club Real Madrid. When it comes there, we'll see how things are going to go on from there. Of course, Andy Jacobs say I like Jamie Carragher, but it was a good lesson in football and karma for me. Chelsea beating Liverpool to spend the previous 2 weeks absolutely trashing Chelsea projects, not good enough. Club World Cup has nothing, and they have won nothing. They are no good, and it's all youth. Honestly, it was like an obsession, and you are thinking, I don't know why you are doing this. It's the best to wait if you are gonna do that. Why don't you wait till your team of actually beating the other team, but you're having a go at them because it comes back on you? But all the same, it's football karma. And then there I thought over there when it comes to Chelsea beating team, your friend in Liverpool, and then I branch your friend Jamie Carragher, a lot of the conversation around Chelsea Football Club. Harry Kane say, I would love to win the Balon d'Or. Essentially, it's a team trophy that the best individual from the team wins. It's going to be the Champions League winner or the World Cup winner. It would be almost the perfect season, according to the Guardian. Harry Kane say, Charlie, he wants to win the Balon d'Or. So, win the Balon d'Or, not any other time. He wants to make sure say he will win the Balon d'Or and also be able to play his football when it comes to being a top. But he said you have to win a big trophy with a team before, and yes, Aria, you'll not be able to win it. And that's exactly what Abrantia, your friend Harry Kane, hope so bet me enya sa conversation area everyone. We'll see how things are going to go. Palmer successfully trademarked the cold power, like I did mention to you, something that seemed to be very, very interesting. Breaking Chelsea's wonder kid Esteval Willian has been voted the Premier League Player of the Week. Something that seems to be very interesting. Of course, guys, let us draw the curtain here while on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Thank you very much for coming here. So subscribe to the channel and subscribe. Turn on notification in the notification turn, do choose all. Thank you. How many minutes?